Just want to do a quick little info video for you guys that's out there. Maybe just purchased a Glock model, any model, all of them field strip the same, but I want to do a quick field strip demonstration. There's nothing to it. Second easiest pistol in the world to take apart. First question, is the gun loaded? First thing you need to do is check, pop it open. We can see the cylinder there. It is definitely unloaded and clear. The reason it's so important is you have to dry fire this gun to take it apart. So once we've confirmed that the chamber's clear, once you confirm the chamber's clear and it is, point the firearm in a safe direction, pull the trigger. And then from a shooting, shooting grip to where you have your fingers on the grip, thumb riding high behind the backstrap. Rotate, you basically treat this part of your hand like it's an axis. Rotate up on that axis, like you can kind of rotate the gun just like so. Rotate up, and I usually put 2 fingers on top of the slide, and all you're doing is when you do that, you can just kind of pinch. You can pinch. You'll see there the slide only comes back about 1/8 of an inch. It doesn't take much. You have disassembly tabs here and here, same location, both sides of the gun. Once you pull that slide back about 1/8 of an inch, pull those 2 tabs straight down. They come straight down the side of the frame. Let go of your slide, and you'll be able to thumb it forward, and it'll come right off. Set the frame over here for a moment. Once you have your slide assembly, you have your captured recoil spring, which you'll just pick up on the, I usually start at the lug end, pick up on it, and pop it up and out. It's captured, nice assembly. Set it to the side. And then I usually push up through the bottom, push up and forward, and your barrel lug assembly will come out, and then you have your slide. Yes, there's quite a few more parts. I may do a video down in the future showing you how to completely disassemble the slide in the frame. At this point in time, though, for novice shooters and probably 99.9% of the people out there, you'll never need to do that for regular maintenance. And then once you have your slide, pretty straightforward. Like I said, we won't take this all the way apart today. May do that in the future, but when it comes to cleaning, basically, any good cleaning kit should come with something that looks kind of like a cleaning toothbrush. This happens to be a steel variant, but I do not suggest steel. Get nylon or brass. I just use nylon brushes. But basically, you're going to scrub everywhere you can. And I'll tell you the secret. People's always come in my shop and say, well, what do you use to clean guns? Do you use this powder blaster or whatever? And there's a lot of good products out there. But what I use is brake parts cleaner. Typical degreaser. 99% of the stuff out there that they're charging $8, $9 a can for, all it is jazzed up brake cleaner. It may smell a little better, but my stuff only costs $2, and I can go through a case and clean everything I've got for cheap. But so I basically I'll put a little bit of degreaser on there, scrub on it, spray it back off. Usually, if you have access to compressed air is nice too. But and I basically just do that also on the slide, across the interior slide, the breech face, lugs. I mean, they're pretty straightforward. You about can't screw it up. On these, I'll just lightly scrub the outside. A little nasty in there, but what I usually do on these guys is sometimes I'll use a rod and a cleaning brush. But I've actually kind of fell in love with the Hops bore snake. 3 or 4 passes through there. It may not be immaculate, but for the purpose of this gun, it's definitely good enough. So don't really get too caught up in taking hours upon hours to clean my stuff. But it's definitely your guns. Clean them the way you want them to be. But going back together, you have your barrel lug assembly. You're basically just going to fish it through the hole in the slide, drop it down, pull it all the way to the rear. You see that little kind of a half cut right here below my finger to the left? That is where the larger end of your recoil spring guide rod will seat. You'll seat the smaller end in this indentation in the front. It'll fit it perfectly. You'll just push forward and it should pop right in there. It'll end up parallel with the slide in the barrel. If you end up and it's cocked up or cocked down, you're too high or too low respectively. The most important part of reassembling these guns is you have these little slide rails. Those fit respectively inside the cutouts and slide. You want to start slow at the, taking the rear of the slide and starting in the first set of rails. Make sure it's in there. Give it a little wiggle. Sometimes you have to wiggle to clearance, trigger bars and sears, but give it a little wiggle and make sure those rear ones line up. That's the only place that I really think that the M&P pistols are superior to the Glock pistols. Because almost 100% of the time, if you bend or break one of these little sliders, you've destroyed the frame. On M&Ps, the rear ones are on a singular piece with a sear housing, and the front ones are on a single piece with a locking block. So if you tear one up, you can replace it. And usually, at least what they told me in my armor's course was, call us up and we'll send you one for free. But, never done it, never personally experienced that. So, just be careful lining them up, make sure they're in there flush, give it a little wiggle. And then once you're together, pull it all the way to the rear. The tabs will lock back in place. Give it a function check, dry fire the gun a couple times, make sure that everything seems to be working the way it should be. And you should be ready to go. Pretty simple. This video is less than 7 minutes, and I really took my time. I can typically show somebody in about 45 seconds how to take this gun apart and put it back together in a field strip fashion. Very simple. But thanks, guys. Any comments, good news, bad news, let me know. Thank you.